Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The topic is look within. Normally, we look without, outside. And when we look outside, we go away from ourselves. For example, look at the picture of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Radhaji and experience where are you? See, you are going away from you. Then from there, withdraw your vision and look at me. So comparatively, you have come nearer to you. Then withdraw from me and start looking at your own eyes. Look at your own eyes. Now see what is the experience. When we start looking at our own eyes, the seeing disappears. We don't see anything. Because eyes are the seer and eyes have become the seen. So when the seer-seen duality disappears, seeing ends. This is the process of spiritual practice. See, mind cannot survive without any name and form. Two things are essential for the survival of the mind. See, that is why the mind keeps on projecting something or the other. Now another experiment we will do to learn what is look within. I will chant Lord's name. That time experience where you are. Okay? And then after, I will do next experiment. So I chant. Your attention should be where you are. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Now you have done this experiment. Now next time, after this, when I am chanting, don't give importance to the sounds. Give importance to the silence. Sri Ram Sri Ram Sri Ram. Experiment over. When our attention was on the sound, there was some support for the mind to hang on to. But when our attention is on the silence, what is silence? Absence of sound. Now, third analysis. When the sound was there, we were there. Because we heard the sound. When the silence was there, that time also we were there. So, in the presence of the sound and in the absence of the sound, that which is beyond presence and absence. And that which is beyond presence and absence, mind cannot comprehend. Because mind can understand only the language of presence and absence. For example, what is in my hand? Water bottle. What is underlined. What is in my hand? Water bottle. Now, what is in my hand? There is no water bottle. So, this object, water bottle, is recognized by the mind in two ways. As it is present, as well as it is absent. This is how the mind functions. See, friends. Now, when we give importance to anything that is present, we go away from us and get lost in that which is recognized by us as something is. My wife, my son, my husband, my business, my property. So we get lost in that. And we get so tired that we want to drop everything. And therefore, every one of us wants to go to sleep. Now, what is sleep? Sleep is nothing but an experience of absence. In the deep sleep, we are neither man nor woman, neither rich nor poor, neither in South Africa nor in India, neither 2012 or 1947. Everything gone. So, in the deep sleep, experience is that of absence. In the waking and the dream, experience is something is present. Therefore, the experiences which fall under the category of waking experience as we are now, or dream experience as we dream, or the deep sleep experience which is experience of absence of waking and dream. In and through all these experiences, there is one factor which we cannot label as present or absent. Get this point across. Can I say that I am? I cannot say. Why? Because the opposite of I am not. I cannot say that. So, when there is no possibility of my absence, how can I say I am present? See? get this point. It's very simple. Therefore, to look within is a journey. We start from where we are lost in this world. And then come to that which has never forsaken us. This journey is looking within. And it is for this purpose that all the spiritual practices are told. Like, what are the spiritual practices? First of all, we have to live in this world, so we must have some kind of culture, some kind of traditions. Okay. So with that, what happens? How we start going from where we are to what we are. This is the principle we will try to understand. Okay. In our tradition, in our culture, when we are sitting in a very lazy manner and all that, and if somebody elderly person comes, so we immediately get up, give respect. Then what happens? That our laziness and identification with the body, that becomes weak. We get up. See? In Bhagavad Gita, the spiritual practice at the level of body, austerities are Deva Dvija Guru Prajna, those who are wise, those who are elders, Guru. When they are, we have to serve them. When a person serves, he cannot be lazy. A lazy person cannot serve. See, for example, I get up early morning and take tea. Now if somebody says, no, Swamiji, I will do it for you. I don't allow anybody to do it. Because then at least one cup of tea I should get of my choice. Otherwise the whole day what they make and give me, and I have to say it is good. So let my day start good. So I was in somebody's house, no, Swamiji, I will give you a cup of tea. Don't prepare. I will not keep anything outside. I will wake up and make a cup of tea. Then I thought maybe my prarabdha, what can I do? And as usual, I got up early morning, finished my morning publicity, bath, everything, and then waiting for a cup of tea. And this Maharani woke up at early in the morning at 8 o'clock. And after that, Swamiji, I just forgot, and I slept very late, so I got up late. I'm so sorry. See? A person who has taken a vow of service has to rise above the slavery to the body. The first spiritual practice. The three things all of us need to practice consciously. The three things are alasya, nidra and pramad. Alasya means laziness. Laziness means there is no charm in doing anything. Forget about it, let us sleep. No charm. See? Unless we are inspired, we cannot achieve anything in life. See? Even if you chant the Lord's name without inspiration, sit there before the Lord, Dharma Jayadre, Guru Jayadre, Dharmavetaya, Dava, Mamaga, Pandava, Deva, Imagurvata Sanjaya, Bhagavan will go to sleep. He will think that it's a lullaby, then will sleep. Therefore, this laziness must disappear from our life. And when laziness does not bother us, we have conquered to a great extent the limitation of our gross body. And normally this happens. We find an excuse. Under what condition I can avoid this? Lazy. Second is nidra. Nidra is sleep. There are two types of sleeps. One type of sleep is healthy sleep. After the sleep is over, we are fresh. But sleep is over. We are fresh, but we don't get out of the bed. See? So sleep is over, still we are in the bed. Then what we do? We keep on sleeping on the back, then back starts paining. Then we come on the left side. Then after the left side starts paining. Then we come on the right side. The right starts paining. Then we come on the stomach starts paining. And because of the pressure, the nature calls. And then we get up. The time that we spend on the bed between waking out of the sleep and getting out of the bed is the time when we destroy our spiritual life. I am not talking about religious life. See, like Bhagwan's puja. Any karma which is done, it is kartru tantra. It has got a freedom of the doer. Like we do the puja of Bhagwan and then we offer Suvarna Pushpam Samarpayami, Suvarna Pushpartham Akshatam Samarpayami. Bhagwan says, मुझे cheat कर रहा है. See? Then Vastram Samarpayami, and we give one useless dhaga and Sasam Samarpayami. It's all around because it is in your hands. But when it comes to spiritual practice, you can't cheat. See? No, I imagine that I am awake and I am doing meditation. You have to get up. There is no option. See? So, Nidra is another factor which takes us away from our own self. We can't look within. And it must be experience of every one of us. When the sleep is over, we don't get out of the bed. During that time, the factory starts. In English, there is a word for that. They call it as wool gathering. And we gather so much of wool that we can have a carpet factory. 100 carpets are made. So much of wool is gathered. So laziness takes us away from ourselves. We cannot look within. Then the excessive sleep, unhealthy sleep, doesn't allow us to go within. Then pramada. Pramada is an efficiency to repeat the same mistake effectively again and again. The same mistake, repeat. There is no end to that mistake repetition. See, friends. And what is the biggest mistake we all do? There is one text called as Sanat Sujatiyam. It's a text from Mahabharata, like Bhagavad Gita. And there the teacher is Sanat Kumar and the student is Dhritarashtra. And there Sanat Kumar tells, there is nothing like death in this world. And yet if you insist to know what death is, Pramadam vai mrityur bravimi, it is said, Pramada is death. And what is the Pramada? Non-recognition of our divine nature. That is Pramada. And why we are not able to recognize that? Because we are preoccupied with our body. That is the only reason. Now, if you look within, whenever you are disturbed because you are occupied with something finite. See? As a man, you are not disturbed. As a husband, you are not at peace. Now, what is the difference between the man and husband? Man is not identified with anything. Husband is identified with one lady. And is this husband a reality? It is an illusion. See? One young boy, 6, 7 years, 8 years, his father was doing gardening. And he came and asked, Dad, I want to be an intelligent husband when I grow up. Dad looked at him and didn't bother. Just kept doing his gardening, whatever he was doing. Again he came, Dad, I don't want to hear the same thing from my wife when I grow. What mom calls you, dumb. I want to be an intelligent husband. So, tell me how to become an intelligent husband. So the father tells the son, my dear son, there is no species like intelligent husband because intelligent people never become husbands. And this husband is not a reality. But who is miserable? The husband is miserable. And how the husband is born? Identification with something finite. And what is that something finite? Our own body. After we are identified with the body, then we become husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, etc. And who is miserable? These fictitious appearances, they are miserable. And what is the reason? That in deep sleep we all experience bliss because this whole poultry farm disappears. Inside we are not one. Inside there is a poultry farm. See? And non-stop going on. Observe how much we talk to ourselves. Look within means observe how much we are talking to ourselves. Non-stop. Keep on talking. And when we talk to ourselves, others don't listen. We call ourselves to be sentimental. See? And when we talk to ourselves and others also listen, then we call them mental. Case is the same. There is no difference in the case. See, friends. Therefore, this habit of getting identified with the body is the original sin. In Valmiki Ramayana, this thought comes. The sin is non-recognition of our divine self. This is the sin. Anyatha santam atmanam anyatha pratipadyate. Kim tena na krutam papam chorena atma apaharina? Question is asked. In Mahabharata also this shloka comes. Anyatha santam atmanam. Essentially we are divine. But we start recognizing ourselves to be non-divine. A body, husband, wife, brother, sister. This is the highest sin. And the scriptures use the word chorena atma apaharina. Chor, thief. Who is the thief? Thief is the one who takes away somebody's thing without his knowledge. The thief. And superior to thief is who? A dacoit. At a gunpoint he takes the things away. We are all dacoits. Body is not created by us. Our body never listens to us. And yet, I am the body. What more gundagardi there can be than this? See, friends. Therefore, to look within, the spiritual practice should be that we rise above the body identification. See? Now, this will not just happen by telling simply, I am not the body, I am not the body, I am not the body. Nobody says I am the body. Nobody says. Now let us work it out properly. If we have to work on this principle so that we can look within, that we have to be someone other than the body. It is for this purpose that our scriptures bring the topics of last life, this life, next life, hell and heaven. For this purpose. Normally, we as human beings are expert in blaming others for our miseries. By default, if I am a husband, the cause of my misery is my wife. If I am a father, the cause of my misery is my children. If I am a businessman, the cause of my misery is the customer. So we are very clear about it. Then what will be our spiritual practice? I as a husband want to improve my wife because of whom I am miserable. Bhagwan Rama failed to improve his wife. Can you and me do it? But that becomes our spiritual practice. See? When I go to USA sometime, all our Indians there, for them, what is spirituality, you know? My son can chant, Twameva Matacha. That is the spirituality. And then demonstration. Nobody gives free food. So when they call for food, then they say, Beta, now see, Swamiji has come. You chant before him in Sanskrit, Twameva Matacha. No, please say, he will like it. Say, Twameva Matacha, say beta, Pita Twameva cha, say. And then mother says the whole shlok. And then she asked me, isn't it Swamiji? He has done very well. I said, yes, very well. Yatha mata tata putra. That is not spirituality. Friends, look within. But all our attention is that children and the husband and the wife and the in-laws and the outlaws and the society and improving the world and all that. Mm-hmm. Look within. That is important. And therefore, if we have to accept this principle, that if the body I cannot be, because I have not created the body never listened to us. Who wants to become old? But everybody becomes. Who wants to be unhealthy? But body doesn't listen. Who wants to have a cup of cancer? But the cancer comes. See? So, neither the body is created by us, nor the body listens to us, and yet the body I am. So the first spiritual practice to look within is now work on this, how we can practice this knowledge. Dear friends, we are told in our regular practices, and we do them mechanically. Like, it's only making a noise. So let us say, how do we practice this? This mic I am not. Now what is the load of this statement? I am not this mic. This is hanging on the mic. Because this machine is hanging on the mic, will my neck start paining? No. If this mic falls and breaks into pieces, will I break? See? The walls and the mic, do they have any relationship? Three things. The shape of the mic, can it be my shape? No. The date of birth of the mic is my date of birth? No. Now apply this principle. If I am not the body, this knowledge I have to practice, what exactly it means? The first thing, the body has a date of birth. Then the body grows first vertically, then horizontally. Then it becomes old, then it becomes senile, and then it dies, and ultimately becomes absent. Now find out, do we have any of this experience that we are born? Second thing, do we have the experience that we are growing? Nobody has the experience. When somebody for the first time addresses us, Auntie, what is the time? That is the first shock one gets in life. The second shock we get in our life when somebody tells, see, Dadaji is coming, keep quiet. Oh God, they start calling me Dadaji. Because we don't experience that we are growing. Nobody experiences. Therefore, every old man says that, I don't feel I am old. You cannot. Because we don't experience that we are born, we are growing. At the same time, we never experience that we died. And therefore, we don't have the experience that we are absent. Now to recognize this as our own self, what sadhana will you do, tell me? Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam. See, friends, we have to live this knowledge. This is one way of working on how we start looking within. Second thing, if the body I cannot be, then the second interaction with this knowledge, all the possessions in this world and all the relations in this world, they are based on the body identification. When we are in deep sleep, not identified with the body, or when we are dreaming and not identified with the body, that time we are neither rich nor poor. So no possessions. Then that time neither husband nor wife, no relations. So what is the foundation of possessions and relations in this world? Body identification. So what will be the spiritual practice to look within? Let us not start possessing things in this world. If you go in your houses, you will see there is so many things in the house that in your own house you have to think, no, we have to stand. Because everywhere So much of garbage is collected. And you ask them, okay, give it to somebody. No, sometimes. This is old looky, throw it away. No, I may use it as a curtain. Are Ram. This possessiveness is the cause because of the body identification. Now if we want to practice this, what should we practice and how can we practice? Like Chaturmas you observe, is it not? At least Shravan Mas. In Shravan Mas what you do? Some people take one-time food. Some people don't eat onion, garlic, etc. Is it not? No drinks, all that. Why? Chaturmas. In the same manner, start spiritual practice, how I am not the body. And for that, what should be the first spiritual practice? For 1 month, I am not going to buy anything. No clothes, no shoes, no jewelry, no cosmetics. For 1 month. Then what we will do? Like we do Ekadashi. Dashmi, we will eat so much because tomorrow is Ekadashi. And then Ekadashi, Falahar, we will eat so much that we can't eat. Then Dwadashi is nothing but taking the revenge on Ekadashi. And that can come. In the same manner, okay, 1 month I am not going to buy anything. Therefore, this month I will buy so much that I can't buy further. That is not a spiritual practice. Give it a try. Refuse to buy clothes. Refuse to buy shoes. Just give it a try. What a joy it is. I know one family, a Marwari family in India. Husband, wife, daughter married and gone to USA. And in their house, they are doing very well. A rich family, it's not a very poor. They have a big house, they are disposed of. Now they have got only 2-bedroom flat and 4 bed sheets. Not one extra sleeper in the house. Not one extra nail on the wall. Exactly minimum required. That's it. And the whole house is empty. Friends, there is a strength and power in emptiness. See, friends, it's tremendous power. We can empty our mind if we learn the art of emptying the things outside. Because the attitude is the same. Whether we are possessive of the things in the outer world or we keep on accumulating the memories of the past. See? And this is how the ego develops. Because what is an ego? Ego is nothing but a summation of our total past. See, friends. And therefore, older the person, longer the past, stronger the ego, more chances of becoming miserable very early. And a child, 4 or 5 years, very short past, hardly any ego, never becomes miserable. Even becomes miserable, he forgets because of what I became miserable. But old is like us, I have taken him, oh, I will never talk to him. Who cares? Who wants to talk to him? Prestige issue. Yes. Get out of this. Shatrau mitre putre bandhau ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhau. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Don't get attached to the nears and dears. See how simple life is. Then only we can start within, looking within. See? Otherwise, one more experiment. How we don't look within. Whatever way you are sitting, sit like that. Don't change any posture. Only close your eyes. And now we will play. Become mother or father according to your gender. And see what kind of thoughts are coming in your mind. Stop. Now become husband and wife. And see what kind of thoughts come in your mind. Now become son or daughter. And see what kind of thoughts come in your mind. And the last one, now remain as nobody. Don't become anybody. Experiment over, open your eyes and ears. When you became mother and father, what thoughts came pertaining to children? When you became husband and wife, thoughts came pertaining to wife and husband. When you became children, you started thinking about your parents. And when you remained as Mr. Nobody, no thoughts. See, thought is a vehicle on which we sit and go away from ourselves. Like we sit in the car, we don't sit in the car to go to bathroom. We go away from our house. In the same manner, when we write the thought, we go out. And who writes the thought? Somebody. Mother writes the thought, father writes the thought, husband writes the thought, the wife writes the thoughts. Therefore, these two burdens we have to unburden. Possessiveness and relations. Then we can look within. Don't get carried away by that, look within, sit like this thing, and then Shambhavi Mudra. Look at your, Bhrumadhya. And then after some time, you will get terrible headache. And Maharaji, I am doing meditation, and this I am getting too much of headache. What should I do? Don't do meditation. No, but they say you should do meditation, then do meditation. But then there is a headache, then what should I do? Tell me. Remove your head. That is not meditation, friends. Don't get carried away by that. That struggle is like what, on the flowing river surface, you take a stick and try to write Om. Can you write? On the flowing rivers, waters, you cannot. In the same manner, remaining as somebody and wanting to stop the thinking process can never happen. See? Observe your own experience. I am not telling you to believe me, your own experience. When we enter sleep, how we enter our sleep? First of all, we start discarding our possessions, our bank balance, our problems, our riches, our poverty. We close our doors and everything is, we go below the quilt, and then one japa begins. I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Till I and the want is there, sleep doesn't begin. But when I and the want disappears, the sleep starts. And in that sleep, has anybody ever said that I was sleeping for 8 hours and I am tired now? No. Do any work for 8 hours, how much tired we become? But sleep 8 hours, refreshing. What is the reason? We have emptied ourselves. During that sleep, we had no possessions and we had no relations. Are you suggesting we should take divorce? Don't do that. Because you may divorce, but then you think about someone else. That is not a solution. See, friends, come to cognize this basic error. After this is cognized, then you can yourself learn how and which way we can proceed on this path. Then we can look within. See? So one of the signs of depression is the hunger for shopping. I know one lady, she is a psychiatrist herself and treats patients, etc. Sometimes I go and stay with her. And her husband, elderly person, both of them. So, very nice person, both of them. She also cooks a lot of food and nice. One day I asked him, I said, Papa, you are doctor, I don't know anything. Your wife is a psychiatrist, that also I don't know. But I feel, maybe I am wrong and I wish I am wrong. Is she under depression? He said, why do you say like that? I said, I have seen her. She goes on purchase spree. You are only 2 persons in house. Not even a dog, third. Only 2 of you. But when she goes for buying, for example, vegetables, palak, spinach, she goes and buys for 5 kilos. Is it necessary? Suppose containers to keep some biscuits. She will go and buy 2 dozen. And huge piles is lying in the house. See? So did you think about it? He said, yes, I couldn't imagine. Yes, it must be so. Because the person who is feeling insecure in life, he keeps on collecting things. Insecurity is a sign of non-discovery of the self. If you have discovered yourself, you will never feel insecure in this world. See, friends. Therefore, to look within, the spiritual practice is discover your ways and means. How can we practice that I am other than the body? Then the third thing. Body has a shape. Now we have to practice that I cannot be the body. Now what will you practice? Sit down quiet and think that what is without shape in this world? The space has no shape, no form. So sit quiet and take the position, start playing. What will be the experience of the space which is itself without any shape and form and supports all the shapes and all the forms? Now play this. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Gita 9th chapter, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakthamurtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamasthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutavrinnacha bhutastaha mamatma bhutabhavanaha. I, the formless, support this world of all forms. When there are new planets added to the space, there is no burden for the space. When few planets disappear into non-existence, there is not a loss to the space. If I had to practice that I am someone other than the body, what will be the practice? Loss and gain in this world, whether things or beings, will not upset our balance. That is the meaning of looking within. Otherwise, what happens, when somebody dies near and dear, how much we become totally, absolutely disturbed. And the disturbance is not because of the person who died. The disturbance is, now what will happen to me? See, in some place I went and that lady lost her husband. So crying and came and put on her head on my chest. Swamiji, what will happen to me? Why did he go? Why did he leave me halfway? Oh. I said, look at Mama, keep cool. I have got all the powers. I will enliven him. No, I don't mean that. See? The main idea is what will happen to me. Because with reference to body alone, he exists, not otherwise. See, friends, therefore, practicing to look within is to get rid of the body identification. And how we practice this body identification, getting rid of only by one of the techniques like this. The things and beings, addition and subtraction will not disturb our equipoise. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 38th verse. Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. When we live in this world, sometime we will win, sometime we are defeated. When we win, we gain. When we are defeated, we lose. When we gain, we are happy. When we lose, we are miserable. The teacher says, this is the way the world is. Let victory and defeat not lose or upset your balance. We upset our mind in both the cases. When we are defeated, we go into depression. When we are victorious, we lose our sense of proportion. See, friends, you must have seen in cricket matches it happened, when the players come winning the World Cup, they are received with great, all the fans come. And if they are defeated, the same people come and eat them. This is a human life. See? Similarly, when there is a gain, we are happy. Oh, I got a lottery. See, about this lottery, I remember one thing. There was one man. He was a doctor and he had a wife. So this friend of this doctor, he was a bachelor. And you know who is a bachelor? Who is constantly searching for a bhabhi to get nice food or coffee or something, who gives him? So this friend said, hey man, I got one problem. What? My wife won a ticket, lottery ticket, 10 crores of rupees. I don't know how to tell her. If I tell her, she will not be able to take it. Anything can happen to her. You don't worry, man, I'll take care. And then he goes, Bhabhi ji, how are you? What are the things going on? Kuch chai pani pilao. And sitting nicely, tea, coffee or whatever. And then he took up the topic. Bhabhi, please tell, suppose you get a 10 crore worth lottery in your favor. What will you do? He said, Bhaiya, I will give you half. And when he heard that he will get half, he gets a heart attack and he dies. Two, it is at times easier to digest the failure in life, but very difficult to digest perpetual success in life. Both the things upset our mind. Similarly, sukha dukkhe same krutva. Yeah, there is misery, and who doesn't have misery? Everybody has. When this process starts working in us, then we'll start looking within. I'll give one example about this and conclude. There was one lady, she used to come for my satsang in India somewhere. When I went once, she was not there. So I asked, hey, that Amma, she is not sick, what happened to her? Out of station? No, Swami, she is not well and she is bedridden. So I went to see her. And she was having some kind of funny gout. And because of that, she could not even get up. Extremely painful. Her maid servant used to sleep with her. And she used to tell her maid servant, take out my left hand from the stomach and put it down. Oh, and she used to shout like this, and it was so painful. When I went to see her, crying and all kind of things. Swamiji, you know my life, I have not hurt anybody. Why I am getting in this old age all these problems? Crying. I said, Mama, finish your crying, there I will talk. Then I said, if you go to 5-star hotel, you add money to your pocket or you remove money from your pocket. Of course, we lose money when we go to 5-star hotel. Good. And when you go to a ordinary roadside dhaba and eat food, you save money or spend money? We save money. Very good. Similarly, when you have got all comforts of your life, you are exhausting your punya, your merit. And when miseries come in your life, you are exhausting your sins. Then I told her, Mama, in your whole life, you had a very good life, is it not? Yes. Now what is your age? Tell me truth. Although you are a lady, I know ladies never grow, but here you tell me. He says, Swamiji, I am 65 years. Very good. Now up to 65 years of age, you had health, very good life. And in that, you have balanced out all your merit. Now little bit of sins are remaining. They will be balanced out in this life, so you will never have next life. So this is the process of realization. Very good if you are suffering. Don't become miserable because of suffering. Your all sins are being washed away by this suffering. When I said, you could see on her face a charm. Swamiji, nobody told me this. See? Anyway, I had to drop this body. So while in this body, if I exhaust all the miseries in the old age is meant for sorting out all your miseries or mistakes of life. Thus, get free from both merit and sin and be liberated. Sukha dukkhe same krutva. Take life as it is presented to us. Then we will not run away from here and there and be at peace with ourselves. So to look within, don't start that acrobatic looking this way, that way, no. It's only proper understanding. Try, give it, and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.